back to the Bhagavad Gita, in our roles as yoga teachers, here to serve people the best we can and help them find and navigate their way through life the best they can. In our roles, what do you think are some of the primary lessons from the Bhagavad Gita that could inspire us in the challenges of our job, our work?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because somebody commented on asked a question on your group yesterday, actually, about feeling like how can they go on, promoting their retreat when, the world news is just so horrible. And we just get this sense of, oh, just give everything up. It's just too bad. We can't carry on. And so the Gita is just a brilliant force for galvanizing against that kind of natural,
powerlessness.
That's a good word. Powerlessness, because the dharma that it teaches is that you can stand up and do your duty, whatever that duty happens to be. You don't have to be a warrior, thousands of years ago on a battlefield. You can be doing your duty, bringing light and friendship and, warmth to a community of people. And if that's your duty, do that to the best of your ability. Do that wholeheartedly and do it fearlessly. Don't always be worried about the next step or what will happen if I do this, what will happen if I do that. So in terms of doing your dharma and doing it properly, I think that's a great teaching for anybody in any field, actually, not just yoga, but particularly yoga, because I do think that what yoga teachers are doing is such an excellent counteraction to all the fear and the trouble in the world at the moment. And then, another thing I would think is, I know that particularly, say, the last couple of years, people just can't control what's going to be happening in their lives and in their classes. So much has changed. And bringing an attitude of karma yoga to whatever you're doing is really helpful, because then people can think of karma yoga, that's voluntary work, but it goes so much deeper than that. It's really just a whole attitude to whatever action you're taking all through your day. And so if you act knowing that you can do the best of your ability, but you can't expect certain results, and you shouldn't be pinning your hopes on certain results, or shouldn't is, I don't have to say shouldn't, but the reality is we don't have control over the future. We don't have control over then what happens. So for example, you can, promote your class, you can prepare as best you can. Then whether one person turns up or 100 people turn up is not in your hands. So understanding that deeply already and coming surrendered to that knowledge, I think is a brilliant teaching from the Gita. Yeah. Going back just to the real kind of essence of the Gita, the indestructible being, the indestructible presence that never changes, really being established in that knowledge also is such an anchor. It's such a place of safety, and the whole world is changing. Everything is changing quite rapidly, actually. But knowing that you don't change and your essence, your being is always stable is, I think, not just a great thing for a yoga teacher to have in their lives, but for them to be able to share with their students too. Yeah. Because their students are coming without necessarily having this knowledge and looking for something that's going to bring them some sense of peace and some sense of, security.
Stability, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.